and there was a scare about contaminated Lucozade.
Okay, listen everybody, listen. The panel has decided the results of the most ridiculous explanation for Maxwell's death competition. In third place, Brian with...
He was dragged over the side by mermaids working for Mossad.
In second place, it is Alex with...
He was whisked away in an inflatable boat driven by Elvis Presley, Lord Lucan, and Shergar.
And the winner is the most ridiculous explanation for his death, Simon with...
He had a heart attack and vaulted over a 3-foot rail into the sea.
Absolutely preposterous. One of these meant that I was 35 minutes late this morning, and a train weighing 300 tons was unable to pass over it. And to think that they send men to the moon and back. It's a good job there aren't any leaves on the bloody moon, isn't it, George? Houston, we have a problem.
Right, now can we make a start, please? Yugoslavia. All a bit grim, isn't it? Very difficult to tell who's winning.
Oh, I think it's definitely the BBC. They had some tremendous pictures of panicking old ladies in Vukovar last night. You okay?
Yeah. It's just that I bumped into Sally downstairs and something very odd about her.
What?
I know, it's hard to explain. I was talking to her for a couple of minutes and she was being sort of, well, nice.
Nice. Sally.
Oh, you're right, I was probably imagining it.
Now, what have we got on Europe?
John Major's saying he's pleased with the way the talks went with Chancellor Kohl.
Germans say they made no progress.
Yeah, that's why he's pleased.
What else?
Keith Chegwin's had to stop work and go into hospital.
Is that news?
No, I just thought I'd mention it to cheer everyone up.
Walter Templeton was a battling, brave, and brilliant journalist.
Henry, I've got... What are you doing?
Working up the commentary for Walter Templeton's obituary. He's terribly ill, poor Walter.
Oh.
Yes, I covered a lot of stories with him. Aden, Korea, Vietnam. In fact, our careers followed a strangely parallel course.
Yeah, it's true. Apart from the OBE, of course.
Sorry?
Well, he's been awarded the OBE and you haven't.
Yes, well, frankly, I've never seen the point of the honours system. A ludicrous fandango of intrigue and patronage. If they were to give me an OBE now, frankly, I'd throw it straight back at them. Anyway, Walter's always been much more an establishment figure than me. That's the reason I've never featured on an honours list, dear boy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true, Henry. Mind you, it probably didn't help your squeezing Princess Anne's buttocks that time.
Do you see any of this stuff in the mirror? About this woman who claims she fell asleep while Ken Barlow made love to her.
Well, that's not that extraordinary, is it?
What are you looking at me like that for? George, could I possibly rent a bit of your prime brain space just for a moment? This superb documentary of Henry's, Kingdom of Silence, the one about human rights in Saudi Arabia.
I am not postponing it, Gus. It's a very good piece.
I agree, it's superb. I'm just worried that we're wasting it by putting it out on Thursday, when we should be giving it a showcase slot a little further off, like, say, after Christmas. When viewing figures will be higher, when we can give it a big build-up, when...
British firms will have clinched Saudi orders from the Dubai Arms Fair.
Saudi orders?
Yes, you know, like the £12 million order that Sir Royston's arms firm is about to secure.
I really don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I think we should all have a good mull about this one. Okay, George? Keep at it, Tiger.
Morning, Alex. My word, but you're looking lovely today. That colour does suit you. I wish I had hair like yours. Mine's rather mousy by comparison, I'm afraid. Still, mustn't complain. Would you like a coffee?
Some sort of trap, isn't it?
Would you like a coffee, George?
The last time, Sally, I will sort it out later, all right? What did she say?
Would you like a coffee, George? White, no sugar, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, and the same few hours. That's right. Yes, that's right.
Now, George, Alex, What's up?
Sally is making us each a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Anyone else want one while I'm here?
Bloody hell.
You see, I knew I wasn't imagining it. Niceness.
Perhaps she's ill. George! El Supremo. I've had my mull about this documentary business, and I must say the after-Christmas option is looking much more attractive.
Is this Henry's piece about human rights in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, I'm proposing we defer transmission until...
Oh, no. You can't defer transmission. The sooner these evil abuses are exposed, the better. We must put this program out now. It's a question of morality.
Ill. She's definitely ill.
Walter Templeton was a battling, brave, and brilliant journalist.
Of course, that's where I first remember him, those reports of his from Vietnam. What made me want to get into TV news, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somehow he always had this aura of integrity and heroism.
Yes, well, actually, I was covering Vietnam at the same time as him.
Such a great journalist's instinct, the way he was always first to a story. Like that report he did from Hue during the Tet Offensive.
Yes, well, that's part of the mythology that's grown up around him, I'm afraid. To be strictly accurate, I was the first to get to Hue. In fact, by the time he got there, the only fighting going on was sissy stuff. I was first to that story, okay?
Okay. Just that's not what he says in his book.
I'm telling you, I was first!
Sorry I spoke?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just that preparing an obituary for a friend is a bit of a strain.
Yeah, sure, I understand. I'll leave you to it.
Walter Templeton was a battling, brave, and better than average journalist.
By the way, George, Daily Mail rang asking you about Henry's documentary and whether you were a member of the Labour Party.
What?
Don't worry, George. I told him you were far too wishy-washy to join any party.
Thank you, Joy.
Dave, you remember last week you asked me to lend you £30 and I was a little short with you.
You told me to stick my head down the toilet and pull the chain.
I know, and I'm sorry. It was wrong of me. Here's the £30. Oh, in fact, here, no. Take 50.
This is some sort of trap, isn't it?
Now listen, George, I've just had this memo from Gus proposing the Kingdom of Silence is deferred till after Christmas. Well, that's the best bloody programme I've made in years, and I'm not having it delayed. There's a principle involved.
I quite agree.
What?
We must face Gus down on this. It's a matter of morality.
Is she taking the piss?
We must all stand together. Then our moral strength will win the argument.
She's like Joan of Arc on speed.
This is a great chance for us all to take a stand, to practice devotion through our work, to follow the light, the divine light that leads to...
My God.
That's right, David. You're good. My God. Everybody's God. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to preach. It's just that... Well, you see, after my grandmother died last week, I felt so depressed. And then my manicurist talked me into going along to her. And as I stood in the church, I just felt God reach out to me. So you see, you won't be dealing with the old Sally anymore. Just the new, renewed Sally.
Well, well done, Sally. And, I'm sure we're all very pleased to know that you've been renewed and, well done again.
Yeah, congratulations, Sally.
What?
Well, I think it's marvellous when someone finds an inner spiritual mission, and I'm sure you'll find you'll relate to the world around you that much more successfully.
Thank you, Dave.
In fact, on that front, you couldn't make it 80, could you?
What the hell is going on? Yesterday it was all these articles about how we shouldn't show Henry's Saudi piece. Now it's all this personal stuff about me. George Dent is force-feeding the viewing public with his discredited 60s values. 60s values? What the hell do they mean by that?
Well, they've obviously seen the way you dress.
George Dent stands accused of stabbing British exporters in the back by screening his provocative attack tomorrow night, when this programme could easily be postponed until after Christmas.
Why have they all honed in on that?
Why, indeed? I'm afraid these tabloids are a law unto themselves.
It's scandalous.
Absolutely, but don't worry, George. We won't be intimidated. No, the company has issued this statement.
Globelink News wishes to make it perfectly clear that the sole responsibility for programme output rests with the editor.
There you are, you see, George, backing you to the hilt. And look, personally signed by Sir Royston himself. So it's damn the torpedoes and full steam ahead, Captain.
Yeah, the government have come up with a new definition of legitimate refugee.
Yeah, if after you're sent home you get executed, then you would have been a legitimate refugee.
Now, what about Europe? Did anyone actually listen to Major's Guildhall speech?
Yeah, I heard it on the radio as I was driving home. He started by saying that Britain mustn't be left behind economically.
Then what?
I don't know, I fell asleep at the wheel. Woke up in a ditch. You know, the AA man who pulled me out says he always knows when Majors come on the radio, because suddenly all the cars start drifting across the line.
How about this one? A third of the clergy are still opposed to women becoming priests. Isn't it ridiculous?
The Lord is with you. God be praised.
On the other hand, you can see their point of view.
All right, listen, you lucky people. Honest Dave is opening a book on how long Sally continues behaving like a good Christian.
A tenor says she doesn't last the day.
One day.
Put me down for 2 days.
2 days.
Better not be any longer than that. I can't take much more of this. If I make everyone a coffee, I'll get to heaven routine.
Odd idea altogether, heaven. I've always liked the Buddhist idea, when you come back, but as an animal that's appropriate to the way you've lived your life.
Wonder what I'd come back as.
A vulture. How about Princess Michael?
Minor bird.
Roy Hattersley.
Toad.
Cecil Parkinson?
Horny toad.
Yes, but what will he come back at?
Well, can we do a bit less laughing and a bit more working, please? Now, where's Henry?
Oh, he's being drowned in the milk of human kindness.
And it was my sense of loss that led me to the Jesus Encounter Group, where I found God. And now your friend is dying, and you feel lonely and frightened.
You're right, my dear. I am frightened. Frightened that any second now I may lose control and
Strangle you! Now, will you please leave me alone, you sick-kneed little godbotherer?
Very well. But anger and abuse won't stop me trying to help you. As a Christian, I must expect this sort of treatment. Look what they did to our Lord.
There's an idea.
Right. Sport. More on rugby. England's Jeremy Guscott has turned down £1 million to turn pro and decided to stay on as a PR officer for British Gas.
Well, he's obviously got his head screwed on.
Hey up, George, you're a celebrity.
What?
Some Tory backbenchers laying into you in the Commons. Says you're an unpatriotic whinger. You're irresponsible. You could cost Britain thousands of jobs. He wants you called to account. And now he's sat down and everyone's going, "Ah, ah, ah."
This is almost as if it's been orchestrated by somebody.
George, what can I say? The jackals are out in force. It's disgraceful. Apparently, 2 Tory backbenchers have attacked you in the Commons.
No, it's just one.
Is it?
Oh no, I stand corrected. Here goes another one. You're unpatriotic, blah, 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 blah. He's just called you a... Oh no, the Speaker's making him withdraw that. Says it's an unparliamentary word.
For heaven's sake.
It's the mentality of the mob, George. And with all this hysteria, it's so hard to imagine Henry's superb documentary being given a fair hearing. Now, maybe if we postponed it after Christmas...
No, it's going out tomorrow.
And if you do try to reschedule, Gus, I'm afraid both Henry and I would have to go public and denounce what we saw as political censorship. Wouldn't we, Henry?
Yes, that's right.
I see. So there's nothing more to be said then, really, is there?
Not really, Gus.
Well, that was a very timely intervention, Sally, and I'd like to thank you for it. And I'm sure that Henry would like to thank you for it. Wouldn't you, Henry?
Oh, yes, Sally. Fat.
No matter. Just doing what's right by the Lord is thanks enough for me.
It's getting more saintly by the hour. Any moment now, she'll turn into a little ball of holy white light.
Oh, yeah? Well, watch this, sucker. This is where we get the old Sally back and I win my money. Sally?
Hmm?
You seen this big profile of Sue Lawley in here? No. Does appear to be on the most enormous salary.
Really? Well, I'm sure she deserves every penny. She really is terribly good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is the most gigantic sum. I mean, it makes your pay look almost insulting, really.
Oh, I have more than enough for my needs. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, and she gets this fantastic dress allowance. Yet Gus hardly upped yours at all last year, did he?
Alex, why need I worry? There are people in this world who have to make do with rags. Would you like a coffee?
No, I wouldn't. Thank you. I give up.
The Lord giveth, and Dave taketh away.
Right. Hong Kong repatriation to Vietnam. Now, they're still claiming that they are using minimum compulsion. Obviously hitting them with very short truncheons. Massive icebergs in the shipping lanes.
That'll be an excuse on British Rail notice boards tomorrow.
Jesus loves you.
Well, Damien, looks like your bet's about to go the same way as mine.
No. You see, you targeted a greed, whereas I am targeting a real Achilles heel, her primness.
There's all this stuff about the Kurds. What happened to the money Geoffrey Archer raised?
I expect a friend delivered it in a plain brown envelope to Victoria Station.
A little uncalled for, I think, David. Now, Henry's interview with Linda Chalker. Where is Henry?
He's at the hospital, visiting Walter Templeton. No doubt reminiscing about old times.
Yes. They went through a lot together back in Vietnam, didn't they?
Certainly did. Caught a dose off the same prosy in Saigon.
George, can I tap into your cerebral gold mine just for a second?
Jesus loves you. Where would we be without the gift of laughter?
Henry.
Hello, old boy. How are you?
Not too good, I'm afraid. Every night I hear the old Grim Reaper knocking at the door, inviting me to Robert Maxwell's reception party.
These are for you.
Poxy flowers? Oh, that's more like it. Hide it in there. Now, first things first. Have you done an obituary for me?
Of course, dear fellow. Yes, it's an unreserved hymn of praise.
Oh, we've had a few laughs together, haven't we? Do you remember that time in Burma when we were pinned down by the guerrillas? What a great story that was.
Well, I never got mine broadcast. Do you remember? The film got lost, broke my heart.
Oh, yes. Well, I suppose I can tell you now, Henry. Your film wasn't lost. I bribed the pilot to chuck it into the ocean. Well, you have to laugh, really, don't you?
George, if you insist on this documentary going out tonight, then Britain could
I
lose
am
millions...
not going back on this, Gus. Especially after the way I've been systematically persecuted. That programme goes out tonight, as scheduled.
And the first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Good news for Welsh rugby.
Matthew, chapter 20, verse 16. I'm going to change the quote each morning.
Yeah, you see my girl's still going strong.
Yes, well, any second now, Saint Sally will disappear and Sally's spawn of Satan will return. Yeah, here we go.
George, I just typed my personal ident into the computer. And instead of the running order, I got a visual representation of 2 testicles and an erect penis.
Wobbly -5. Get my money ready.
Oh, well.
What do you mean, oh well? What is the matter with you, woman? That is vulgar and obscene.
Oh, no, Damien. The human body is not obscene. God made it in his own image.
Right, that is it. I have had enough of this. It's unnatural. George, either she stops this sweetness and light routine or I'm going to punch her in the face. What are you doing?
Just moving you up my prayer list.
What?
It's a list of the people I'm praying for in the hope that they'll find God.
We're all on here. Along with Bill Wyman, Gaza and Jane Seymour.
Hang on a moment. Henry's not on here.
Oh, he's on my special list of people who are experiencing particular sorrow.
So there they were, shagging each other senseless on the table. And I said, would you rather I came back later, President Kennedy?
Oh, happy days. Now, Henry, this tribute. You have included my report on the Tet Offensive, haven't you? And I remember for that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Oh, pick off the mark there I was. First on the story.
Well, with respect, Walter, actually, I was first to that story.
Oh, don't be silly, old chap. You're getting confused.
I was first by a couple of days.
Rubbish.
I'm telling you I was first. In fact, I was invariably first.
The only time you were ever before me was with that prosy in Saigon.
I beat you to story after story.
Then how come I got the OBE and you didn't?
Because you're an ass-licking old fraud.
Oh, how dare you.
And if you weren't half dead-eyed, I'd teach you a lesson.
Right! Nurse! Hold my drip while I give this man a thrashing.
I'm so pleased for Henry. I know how much this documentary means to him.
Oh, I hate this bloody Nat West, Dad. I don't want some fat git who whittles on about Skittles looking after my money. Rather bank with BCCI. Here we go.
It's going to be one of the high points in the broadcasting year, if you ask me.
And now a change to our advertised programme.
What?
In place of Kingdom of Silence, we have a tribute to the broadcaster Walter Templeton, who died from a heart attack earlier this afternoon. Kingdom of Silence will now be shown after Christmas.
very sorry to hear about. Were you there when he...
Yes. Yes, I was.
Was it very sudden?
Yes, it was very sudden. He had a massive heart attack just as he was swinging a punch.
Henry, I've just heard, and I wanted to say how sorry I am your programs had to be moved. Especially as it happened in such tragic circumstances. It's all very sad. Very, very sad.
Don't despair, Henry. Walter's spirit lives on. He's probably up there now, watching us.
Walter Templeton was a brave, battling, and really quite competent journalist.
Good news about these unemployment figures, eh, Joanne?
But they're up.
Yes, but the total of jobless people is increasing more slowly.
So it's good news because things are getting worse less quickly.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for giving me a deeper insight into those statistics, Gus.
That's all right, Joy. That's what I'm here for. Now, while I've got you, could you organize me a coffee?
Sure you wouldn't prefer a Lucozade?